staff. Taking away the loan players, you've got a particularly small squad. How's that going to pan out over the season, do you think?
No, I think regarding the squad and bringing loan players, listen, I come in, and obviously when I come in, I knew the situation that we needed to bring players in. And I think there was only 8, 9 players possibly available to me, and obviously the young players who had just signed pro, who were learning the game and coming into the senior squad for the first time. It's a big challenge for them. So I knew the challenge and possibly the amount of players they had to bring in, and I always said probably 8 players. And I feel as though if you get a squad in and around, and if you include young players in that squad, you know, with the 8 and a brought, I'm not actually sure how many I've actually brought in at this moment in time. 5, 6. So the squad regarding, if you include the young pros, it's around, I always said around 20, 21 players. But I still feel, even now, I know we're 2 weeks away, we're a bit light still. I would like, I think people have heard me say it, I'd probably like another 3 or 4 players if I could. I'm hoping to get I feel as though we need a right-sided centre-back. And at the same time, I think if I keep everyone fit, I think we've got the nucleus of 14 players. If you keep them fit, 15 players, and 1 or 2 younger players added onto that into match day squad, I think we can compete in this division. And again, at the same time, I just said it, but I still believe we're, you know, if I keep everyone fit, we're still 2 or 3 players short. But listen, I know the circumstances, I know what's available for me, I know what I have to do, and I'm going into, I want to go into the season confident. I know it's 2 weeks away, but I'm quite pleased the way pre-season's gone. I don't think we've played the quality what I would like to have played against, who could really test us, but that was circumstances. You know, it was late, the games were arranged late, regarding when I come in. So we've done well to get 6 fixtures, to be fair. Bradford obviously is going to be our test, working to tomorrow, but I think it's all about us getting fit and keeping the players fit, getting as fit as possible and keeping them fit and giving me a problem. And like I say, I'm hoping to have a centre half in the hopefully at the end of this week, and I'll just build on what I've got. And I'm going in there, and I want the players to feel confident, I want us to be positive, I want the support to be positive. At the same time, I would like to, again, bring 1 or 2 players more in when that can be done. If that's a case of us possibly having to let 1 or 2 out to release funds for me to enable me to bring players in. But that's the way I'm looking at things, and if I keep them fit, I'm quite happy the way things are going.
Any more questions? Next, chap over here.
All the best for the new campaign. How much influence does David Holdsworth have with the recruitment of players in the last few weeks?
Regarding?
Just recruitment of players, how much influence?
I pick all the players. All the players what are coming in are the ones I've identified, and it's my job in picking who I think is going to make us and hopefully compete in this division and get us out of this division. David's come in, likewise with myself, quite early in the job, but once I identify a player, I will pass it over to Dave, and hopefully all the politics, what you get with signing players, which can be really annoying at times, Dave deals with that. And but regarding players and who comes in and what positions we need, strengthening what areas we need, that's all me, that's down to me.
Any more questions? Over there.
Yeah, looking at the backroom staff that you brought in, John, what were the qualities that you were actually looking for to pick the team that you've actually got? What do you think they're going to bring, like Muzzy and Tom and Dan?
Well, Dan, starting with Dan, Dan's been here and he knows the club and he knows the ins and outs of obviously being here last year. He's got excellent, I didn't know Dan before I come in, but I heard really good things about him, and I was only too welcome to keep him on board. He's very good. I've seen him work. He did really well with the keepers last year. The 12 lads were coming on loan and helped them to get better and improve. And likewise, I hope he does that with the 2 lads we've got. He's got. I think he's got really 2 good really keepers there to work with, and he's going to have a difficult thing in working with him because they're both evenly matched. Obviously yourselves know Adam, he's very experienced, and at the same time Joe's inexperienced but really high quality and can be an excellent keeper in the future for us. So Dan will give me his say, and if he feels he's probably doing better or whatever, but I'll be making the final decision. It'll be down to me if it's the keeper. Regarding Muzza, I don't really know what Muzza brings to the party. No, Muzza, I played with Muzza when I was getting older at the end of my career. Young lad, he was an excellent player. I just loved everything about him, there was enthusiasm. And I think that's what he brings to the board. He's different to myself and Tommy. And I think he had different, you've got to have different strengths and weaknesses. They're not all right, and he just gives little insight. I still feel as though he's still learning again, but I've worked with him at Fleetwood. He come with me at Fleetwood with the first team, and I just like what he was, and the way he was, his character in and around the players. And if he'd offer him, obviously he was a top player here as well, so again, I felt it was important I could bring someone who's going to help me settle in, and I think Paul was a prime candidate for me to offer him a job, so I'm only too pleased that he's ended up coming with us, and I think hopefully he'll go on to better things, and he wants to be a manager, and hopefully I think he does realise he's still learning again, and hopefully I can give him one or two things to learn from. So, but regarding myself, Tommy, I've been friends with Tommy for over 30 years now. We've been together in football for a very long time. Starting when we were apprentices at Leeds. Both went our different ways as players, both lucky enough played at a high level, and we both got into coaching and managing at the same time. And Tommy's someone who's I've always got on board with me and brought with me. Again, he's different from me. He brings different qualities to the table. He's done really well without me in the Champions, getting teams promoted and winning things at other clubs without me. Also with me is other things. So I feel as though the team, we're all different personalities, but hopefully we'll knit as a team. Not about just me as the manager. I need help, and I think these lads will give me that.
Next question. Very quiet, John.
We'll get back to Love Island then.
What are you going, Colin? Yeah.
And all the best for next this season, I should say. What I'm saying is, that young Greek boy that played at Penrith the night, number 29, he looks half decent player to me. Is he not with us any longer? Because I always remember we got a French boy called Stephen Palmacci in 1960 something, and he made an outstanding contribution to Carlisle United that particular season. And that boy looked to me as if he could do something for us.
Yeah, he did okay in the game. I mean, obviously it was late. His agent rang me up and asked me could he come in and play or train. And he played against Penrith. I don't think Penrith was the best team for me to judge him against, but he did okay. I think just, unfortunately, I think we could get lads who come abroad. He didn't speak really any English, and I think the problems you get with it's a lot of politics. What you go with people trying to get them in, and what you have to go round in circles and trying to persuade these. And obviously, financially, could we get him? I don't think what we would be able to offer him, he would have accepted. And these were the things I just spoke to his agent with after the Penrith game, and I just think it was a no-go after speaking with his agent after the game. I think he was looking for possibly bigger and better things, and I would have had to look at him and seen him against better opposition for me to make that decision on him. And I made a quick decision and felt he wouldn't be right for us.
Next. In the corner, come on.
Quite simply, is that going to be the problem? Finances.
I think what you'll find with me as a manager, listen, I know what it's all about. It's about winning games. We're all daft. Finances and budgets, you won't hear me making excuses about whether I've got the biggest or the smallest. I'll just try and get the best out of the players. I just want to get the players fighting week in, week out, and I feel as though, like I've just said, 14, 15 players, keep them fit. You don't have to have 21 really good players on big money. You can keep the 13, 14, 15 fit. I think we'll be okay, I really do. Regarding the budget, I knew that when I first come. I knew what I had to play with, and I knew I had to try and work around things, and that's what I'm doing. I'm working around how I can entice players here, and whatever money I can offer them, and whatever deal I can offer them, and hopefully they're comfortable, and hopefully I'll bring good players to play for us and want to play for us first and foremost. So I won't be moaning and groaning, hopefully. So I'm just planning on starting the season well, and like I said, I'm hoping to, if I can get a right-sided centre-back, I feel as though all the areas are covered at this moment in time. Yeah, someone like Clint Hill, I think you're dead right. I played with Clint once I played with him. Listen, age sometimes doesn't really matter. You get experience in number of games, and experienced players can help younger players. That's what they do. And so I'm not going to, you won't hear me talk about I haven't got any money or I haven't got this. I'll just be trying to work my socks off to get the best out of what I've got.
Next question. On the corner.
Question for John. How big an issue have you found Carlisle as a location in attracting players?
Say that again, sorry?
How big an issue have you found Carlisle as a location in attracting players?
And that's why I brought Muzza with me. He showed me everywhere where he went to school, where he had his first fight as a kid, when he used to follow Carlisle United down. No, regarding myself, Carlisle's one of the places from myself and Tommy when we were 17, 18 playing for Leeds. I can remember coming, I probably exaggerated, it was not being rude here, there was 20,000, but I can imagine I do remember the atmosphere. I was only 18 and we played Carlisle on a Tuesday night, 2-2 with Leeds United. And I just thought the atmosphere, even then, in them early days, and I just think Carlisle's one of them places. I mean, I live in Leeds at the moment, and I don't find it a problem whatsoever when I'm travelling here. It's 2 hours for me, and I've found it an absolute double, and probably the best drive, and coming through to Scotch Corner, 66, drives, lovely drive. I haven't found it a problem. So I'm down here 95% of the time. I'm looking for a place just the other side of the motorway to rent. So I'm going to be in and around the place. I've been a couple of something to eat down, a couple of wine bars in the city. I'm like, I can't fault it. Musa tells me how great it is, and I haven't found a problem yet. I think facilities-wise regarding the ground and training grounds, ideal, I feel. Got a great training ground at the back with pitches. So I haven't got a lot to complain about. Like I say, I'm one of them people. I know what I need to just get the team winning football matches, and that's something what I don't get involved in. A lot of things, if I can help it, what's going on in and around, I'll get involved when I have to. But my aim is to get the football team winning football matches, and that's my main objective really. But as Carlisle as a place, I still feel as though it's early days while I'm doing it. I'd like to see a little bit more of the place and get used to it, but so far so good.
Next question. Anything for Muzzin at the end? He's feeling a bit left out, so.
I'm enjoying this.
Oh, don't we?
John, just about that, about the location, it was actually about attracting players. How finally, are players a bit reluctant to come out of sort of the Greater Manchester area if you can pick the same wage up there as coming up another 2 hours up the road? I mean, it's like previously folk have said, why don't you recruit from Scotland? But I mean, if you get a Scottish player here, at the away games, if you're playing down in Exeter, the away games for a Scottish lad is even further. So how have you found, actually trying to attract players up here location-wise?
No, it's difficult. I think it probably for most managers who've managed it, it's probably been difficult. I think the game's changed, hasn't it? So it's a bit different. If you're offering 2 and 3 year contracts, I think, your family, you cannot uproot your family if you get a 3-year contract and you get at a certain age if you've got kids and obviously a wife. But I just don't think people settle or want to settle in a place for a long time now. They're either based, and unfortunately we do have players who, and I've found that when I first come in I says I'll be looking in, and we have been looking in Scotland, and I've been looking in Newcastle, Middlesbrough, where I feel it's a little bit closer, but I just think you've got to go with it, and you've got to work around that. Unfortunately, you are having players from Manchester, Liverpool that way, and they're going to have to travel, and you've got to work away where the best system, your training, how you travel. And unfortunately, it's just the way it is. It's just something I've got to work around, and hopefully, if you look after your players, which the players today do. You just want looking after all the time, don't you? So you've got to look after them the best way you think to get the best out of them. Like I say, on a match day. So, and that's something we'll do, and we're hopefully going to do the best we can. But no, trying to get players is difficult. I won't lie to you. But I've tried it. You know, I've brought Macker in from Newcastle, Joe from Middlesbrough, Gary from Glasgow, and then. Obviously a couple of Manchester way, so no, we just have to work away the best we can, get the players comfortable, and regarding match days, we've got to get them right in the best way we can.
Hi John. Wondering how you found the dressing room when you came in. Obviously some of the senior players there have had 2 years of disappointment. A couple of years ago, losing out in the playoffs, not quite making it last year. Do you think they're up for a third year, or is it a downward slope? Is there still a bit of confidence in there, or with losing some of our better players over the summer, do they feel as if the club's on a little bit of a downward slope?
I'll say a piece and then I'll pass it to Tom and see what his thoughts are. But regarding the dressing room, listen, I'm a new manager and I've got different ideas. So what's gone on previously, obviously I can't do anything about that. I'm hoping the players respond to me the way I work. You've been quite close in getting out of the division for the last 2 or 3 years, so that's a big plus for me in a way. And if them players have been involved who are still here, they've not been too far away. So I've just got to get that extra 10%, 15%, and hopefully we'll achieve that. Obviously there's a new group of players coming in to play with what's left. I feel what was left was quite a strong thought. I think it's a good place for this league. But with what's gone on, I can only work the way I want to work, and if they feel comfortable in that, I want players to be comfortable coming in every day of the week. I want them to be happy. I want them to come in and train and be a footballer. They're so lucky to be playing football. It's a privilege for them. So I want them coming in and working hard and wanting to improve the younger players, same time as the experienced players, and what I found with the experienced players have been top draw at the moment. They're all working the socks off pre-season, so this is not regarding Jesse. I think you adjust yourself. All people are be different to the last manager, and hopefully the way I work will be we'll get us where we want to be, which is out of this division. Tommy's been around, he knows.
Yeah, I mean, over the last 2 years I've watched this quite a lot. Disappointed when Jalan left. Maybe somebody disagreeing with that one. When I watched you early in the season, I thought it was good. And Helen Hopes for this division is probably one of the best attacking players. Look, if they don't want to win it and they don't want to get promotion, you have to leave them on. If you haven't got desire as a footballer, then always come and sit there and have a game with us, because that's the most important thing. As a coach, a player, a manager, you must have desire. If they lose a desire, lose it.
Any more questions? To that, anybody? Hang on, as well. Yeah.
You can't just say that you're going to try and get us out of the division and expect people to come through the gates. You've got to have some sort of plan. So what's your plan to try and get people through the gates, especially young people, because it's fair to say that most of the people coming through the gates are of the younger.
Good question, Mark.
That's a very good question. I've got the hardest question. I don't know. I think we have to get out more as a club in the community and everything for sure. I don't think we do enough in doing these things and us going out places as staff. I think we need to do a lot more of that. As in a plan, I don't think we've actually got a plan. No, as in a plan to come out. That's what I want to do, get back in the community more, younger people, and just trying to attract them to the club. We want to be successful like we have been in the past. Obviously I was here 2 occasions we got promoted, and we're trying to bring that success back. How we bring young people in, you know, we'll probably have to some ideas from yourselves. Like you could give us an example of how to get these young people, you young yourself. You know, what would you suggest?
Well, I came here to ask the question. When we got to the playoffs, the gates went up, and then as soon as we didn't make it that season, it just dropped again. So there is a high expectation if you want people through the gates, I guess, but you've got to have something, because if you want the support, you can't just say we're going to try and get out of the division because Carl said that too, and we just didn't. I mean, I know you're not 12, but you can't just say that and expect people to go through.
But regarding a plan, if I said to you, right, I've got a 3-year plan, so this year I'm just going to breed us and hopefully get all my own players. If I can get 15, 16, 17 of my own players, and that'll be on my own team, I could say, oh, right, next year we're going to be really strong next year. I want to say, and I want to feel positive that we're going to have a successful season this year. I want to hit the ground running if we can. And I think that more than anything, if we're winning games and we're doing well and we're in the top 4 or 5, I think people will. It's just the way you got. That's football today. You will attract people back. And if you've got to enjoy people coming watching now, we're going to play. You say, listen, we're playing entertaining football and winning football matches, that'll attract anyone. That'll get the sports back more than anyone. But if I said, oh, I've got a 3-year plan, you just can't have a 3-year plan as a manager in football. I've got a 3-month plan at the moment. I've got to start the season well. First, I did it at Notts County. I started the season really well. We're playing Morecambe to go 2nd in division. Everyone's telling me what a great job, brilliant manager. 6 games to go 2nd, we lose 6 games on the spin. It's all about with the same players in the same team. You know, you can't, it's just, unfortunately at this level, and I'm not being harsh on the players, one thing you will get is inconsistency. You get a bit of consistency, 7 out of 10 every week from the team, you'll be in and around the playoffs. But you'll get inconsistency, and you've watched the team. I've managed players at this level, and that's one thing guaranteed. So you've got to try and get that. And it's only a 7, 7.5. You don't have to give me a 9 out of 10 every week. You'll be all right in this division. I've said it, and that's the way I believe you'll be successful in this league.
What surprised me about Carlisle was when I watched you at home and away, how big your away support was. You travel that distances, because the geography of Carlisle is not great for you to travel, but you always have a great away following. So it's there, but the young ladies there saying it's not there at home at times. But it's always, I've never been to a game where you've had a poor away support. Well, I've not been there every away game, but I've been to a lot of away games and you've got a great away support. Why is that?
It's one of the reasons I was interested in the job. I know if you can get Carlisle going, what's there. It's easy to say, I've said before the last 4, it's easy saying that in front of the supporters now, but I do know what's there. If I can get them going, and that's why I'm saying when I played against you when Greg Abbott was there and he was doing well. I know what the fan base is, and it's a big attraction sometimes when you've got a good team and winning games. And you've got fans coming week in, week out. It gives you the you enjoy managing anyway.
Question at the back here, Simon.
I'll start off with Dan. If we needed any more convincing, set pieces and in particular corners are such a pivotal, massive part of the game now. Is it yourself that's going to be working on set pieces? Do you share that out between the backroom staff? Have you got a set way that we defend and attack corners, whether we're zonal, man for man, or I presume that you get the importance of that as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you all know, last season Keith liked his zonal. You know, obviously we'll all be looking at that. Obviously, we're looking at the opposition, working on it the prior week before. Obviously, I'll be having my input into that. But it's you know, it's definitely a staff decision on which way we're going. Again, depending on what team we all play. But yeah, I will have an input on that. Yeah.
No questions?
This is a double-barrel question for Muzzer and John. Muzzer obviously played in a successful Carlisle team that got promoted, and John, you've managed successful teams in League Two. As a Carlisle fan, we all want to get out of League Two desperately. But what characteristics from your playing days and your managerial success in this division do you feel the current squad needs most? For me personally, it's pace. We had in the last seasons, I've seen successful teams come at us and destroy us on the break with pace. We haven't had anyone with pace that can do that for quite a while. Just wondered what you two guys' thoughts were.
Well, you had a little bit of pace because you had Madison on loan, didn't you, from when I was at Fleetwood, who had pace, and I think you've seen it a few times, didn't you? But I think we need some more characters, probably of the ilk of Clint, you know, a bit more talkative, a bit more, someone's going to organise, a bit more experience. I think that's a certainty, and whether that comes in the shape of a right centre half, but definitely someone that's going to lead and be vocal in the changing room and on the pitch.
Your own playing days when the team was successful?
Well, you know, you talk about travelling. You look at that squad we had there. We had Reevesy, we had Dave Burgess. You know, we had and they all travelled from Liverpool, Manchester. So I can't see that being a problem. But you know, you had characters like Reevesy, someone that's a bit of a joker in the changing room. I don't really know if we've got one of them. But you know, them sorts of characters, someone who's going to drive home and be determined and, you know, nail down the law in the changing room, police it. And I think that's definitely what we're after. But, you know, some of the characters are brilliant. I mean, Hallam Hope, you know, he's quietish but leads by example. Everything he's been fantastic pre-season. Really good. Everything he's done, his training, he's been excellent, and in the games he's done well. So he leads by example that way. But, you know, I would probably say someone who's a bit more vocal, we definitely need.
Yeah, I agree with what Muzzer said there. It's quite hard. The game's changed now. I think the game, people aren't quiet on the pitch. And unfortunately, you just hear the manager's voice a lot of the time. He's the one who has to bark and say the things what nobody else is saying. He's the one who's always moaning all the time. And that's just, I think that's football today, mate. I really do. When you played years ago, you had about 4 or 5 who'd be moaning the socks off week in, you know, every game. And, but there's still a few available. I'm sure Clint was, like I said, I played with Clint, but quite hard to find now. But sometimes you don't have to be at all, it's just the way you play sometimes. You go out and have this enthusiasm, you want to win a game, you don't have to shout your mouth off, it's just the way you play. And I'm hoping a few players realise that.
So looking at your success with both Plymouth and Chesterfield, where do you feel the big gap is between us now and the two sides? I know you've only been here a relatively short spell of time, but you obviously cast a judgment when you think, right, we need to get to that standard, we need to do priorities.
I think I totally agree with your pace. I think I've said that before. If I'm looking for another player, I'd want a left or right-sided winger with pace, get us up the pitch. I think Yates will do that. Jerry Yates will do that. He's direct and he'll get up the pitch. Once he settles in, you'll see a lot better player. I think young Regan Slater, he's only 18, but he's dynamic in the way he plays. I'm on about getting you up the pitch quickly. Hallam does that. Benno does that. Richie Bennett. No, you have different kinds of players. Benno's got to learn what his strengths are. I'm being sarcastic there. But no, I agree with your pace. But regarding leaders, it's difficult sometimes. You don't have to be the loudest, but it's just the way you play, and it's just a bit of communication with each other. Unfortunately, you just got to, sometimes you just have that in you. Unfortunately, the game is, they are very quiet players in today's football.
And with the Fleetwood connection, is there any chance, or is Nansen someone?
I think Muzzer's your man. Muzzer got on really well. I think Muzzer got him here last year. I didn't really know Addison too much. I know Paul speaks very highly of him, and I know he done well here last year. Again, listen, I'd like to. I said I won't bring it up with it, but I would like to bring. There's 4 or 5 players out there who would like to go and get tomorrow, and I know with that, but circumstances, I've just got to do the best I can and get what I think and fill in areas what I feel, you know, we need filling in.
Any more questions?
Hi, your predecessor seems to show very little interest in Carlisle United's youth team. How do you intend to bridge the gap between the senior squad and Dan Edmondson and the rest of the staff and those players?
Yeah, well, I can only go by where I've previously managed. I've always, it's not for me to tell you, probably other people, I've always involved young players in and around the team. If they're good enough, they'll always get involved and feature and train more with the first team. So, but at the end of the day, you've got to be good enough. You've got to be able to make that step up. It's not just as easy as in. You've got to, because you've got to hit the, you know, I've said before, hit the ground running. It's like the lads who have just come in now, 4 or 5 of them. You know, they're very quiet kids. I've given, and I've said to them, I want to give them that belief that they've got a manager that they show me that they can play and compete with the first team lads. They will be involved. I will not be frightened of throwing them in and putting them in the side. And if a manager ever said to me, listen, you've got a chance if you compete and want to be involved in the first team. If he said that to me, he only had to say that once, because he's shown he's got a bit of belief in me. And I'm trying to install that into the players. And I listen from people in and around it telling me that they weren't really involved or trained too much with the first team, but it'll be a totally different scenario with me. They will be in and around the first team if I feel they're good enough to give me a problem and putting them in the side. So that's not a question. I've done it at every club I've been at. So the young players, I want them to be positive and believe in themselves more than anything.
I understand your frustration there, but obviously you like young people become when you're playing for Carlisle. But as John says, they have got to be good enough. Because if we put them out there and they weren't good enough, there'd be a lot of arguments on what's he playing for. They must be good enough. And you just have to look at a record. My record of the other clubs and John's, who sold players for millions of pounds, young players. You know what I mean? If they're good enough, they will definitely get a chance. But they've got to be good enough.
You've just got to be patient with young players as well. The supporters more than anyone. You've got to be patient with them. You do know they are learning the game. They're going to make mistakes. But like I said, I'm a manager who will, as long as I see him try and do the right things, he'll get support. He'll get support.
Next question, John. Just me again. Following on from what you said there about youth and all that sort of thing, in previous years, going back to when Muzzy was here, we made a lot of money from the young players. You know, Muzzy, Delap, Janssen, the list goes on. There's been a big hole for the last few years. Have you got anything, plans in mind to try and, you know, get that sorted out so that we start to get the young lads coming back through and building on it and as I say, selling on? And because we've always been a selling club. How are you looking at trying to bridge that gap that's been lost?
You just got to involve in training during the week. I think that as a young player, you can't just expect him to come in one day and just light the world up. I think they've got to be in and around the first team and train with the first team, possibly once, 2, 3 times a fortnight, and being around that mixture of playing against men. But you will have 1 or 2 who come out of that and they're playing with better players, playing in and around better players as well. You've just got to listen. You can identify them, and you know someone might just come out and surprise you. And but I think it's just the involvement of being in and around. Listen, giving them the confidence that they've got a chance of playing. I mean, growing up years ago, obviously you learnt your football by reserve team football. You used to play in the reserves, you'd be playing with a couple of a few first team players playing with you, giving you good advice on the pitch. I think learning as a young player, this is my belief anyway, and I'm sure the lads have, I learnt more from playing with older players, not with them who was managing me and coaching me. I learnt more by playing someone next to me who was giving me a rollicking when I needed a rollicking, and giving me them little bits of advice of where to stand, when to run, when to control the ball, when to play two-touch. We weren't the manager at half-time or full-time. It was them older players, experienced players, and telling you. And to be fair, in the day, if you didn't do it, they would tell you in a way where I better listen to what he's telling you.
There seemed to be, over the last few years though, a block of not that talent coming through. I mean, it was, say, going back to Mother's Day, there was a continuous flow. Is that down to the backroom staff, or is Darren now on a different wavelength in the hope that's going to come through? Because we've had a big chunk of time where we haven't really had them players being discovered, brought to the club, or whatever, they go to other clubs. They look around, you know, that lad Henderson, who's at Man United, the goalkeeper, that's what Sheffield United, we missed it. Why? Those 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, that lad would have been here.
Well, I don't know how the youth team's been working, or, I mean, like I said, I'm in a short time, so I can't judge people, but I don't really know what's been going on. So, obviously, while I'm here, I'm just trying to say they will be involved, the youth team, and I've expressed my feelings to Darren straight away, so hopefully he's got belief, and hopefully he's told the youth team that the manager here is a bit different, he's going to involve you, but regarding what's going on in the last couple of years, I think Muzzy will probably be able to answer it a little bit better. I know he loves a little bit more, but I just think it's involving him more.
Muzzy, why do you think that there's been that barren period since the likes of you and Rory and all them lads?
Simply probably because there isn't that talent. You know, getting them in the academy is the hard thing, I think, first. And, you know, that's something else down the line. You have to find out what's going on in the academy. We're only, you know, just sort of got in the door. There is a couple of young lads. There's one from Appleby coming through, who's a first year, who's apparently, you know, talented. But you're losing to bigger clubs. I mean, Ampor's lad, remember the physio, Pete Hampton's lad went to, was part of the academy, he's gone to Newcastle. So, you know, sometimes you just can't help them getting poached. There's not enough having that. If you are Cumbria and you want to stay and be in the academy at Cumbria and try and break in the first team, I don't know whether there's that drive to do that anymore. And if something bigger comes up and some Premier League club, maybe that's what they want, you know. But you've got to have that pool of talent, recruitment-wise, you know, that's something to look at. But I think generally the boys have got to be talented, and maybe there's just not been that crop. That was that period will never happen again. That was just an amazing, you know, 14 pros over 2 years. You know, it was just an amazing period, and that'll never be repeated. You might get one or two coming through. I think it's just a pool of talent we're looking at.
You sometimes get cycles. Every club has a good cycle. We get a young player. Well, Moses' time was probably a good cycle. But the biggest problem is now, if Carlisle get a good 14-year-old and he looks good, he'll go because of the money. The family get looked after, the kid gets looked after, and the clubs don't need coffee sold enough. The rules have changed, and it's honestly the money out there for young kids that age. You just can't compete. So it's the only thing you can do. If you get a good one at 14, there's every chance he won't be Carlisle when he's 16. And that's the hard part.
Just to come to the club defence on that one, Henderson was on our books as a young lad, but he was touted away by Man United, and exactly what Tommy's saying, exactly the same. So let's not be too critical on the club. You know, the club will do the best to keep one of Henderson, but if the player wants to go,
Just can't keep them on, and the finances are just too great for the kid and for the mum and dad or whoever looks after them. It's just too rewarding for them. Very difficult.
Next question? Any more?
Yeah,
Another? Sorry, I'm not sure.
two-part question, this one. Have you picked your captain for this season yet? Team captain?
No.
Second question, are you going to have a reserve team this year?
No. It'll have to be in a 8-a-side league.
Any more questions? I think one of the reasons that we didn't do as well as we might have done last season was because there weren't enough goals in the squad. We really struggled to kind of kill teams off at Brunton Park particularly. Do you believe there's enough goals in the squad at the minute, John?
I'd like to think so, yeah, just because of the way I want to try and play. I think obviously we haven't played against that much opposition, and I'm occupying it. It's about fitness and getting as fit as we can. But regarding if I'm going back, how many teams have played previous clubs I've managed, I've usually always had a 20 goal a season striker in every club I've managed probably. It's just the way I want the strikers to play. I think strikers have got to be selfish, got to be greedy, and we've got to play as strikers. I don't like strikers chasing full-backs 40 yards back down the pitch. I like strikers occupying the back four or the back three or whatever formation we're playing against. And I give them that bit of freedom to hopefully create chances, create opportunities. And it's just the way I work, and that's the strikers will be getting different information, the way I want to play, and we'll be getting that freedom and license of, listen, you're there to score goals, don't think about anything else. I don't want Bennett out on the left wing, I don't want Bennett out on the right wing if he's played. I want Hope high up the pitch, I want Jerry Yates high up the pitch, whoever it may be, attack it. I want a midfielder probably scoring 6 or 7 goals from midfield. So at the same time, I think the pitch is there, we've got to be attack-minded, especially at home. We've got to go for teams, and I'm hoping you'll see that in the way we line up and the way we're going to play at home, especially. But regarding strikers, I like to think, I definitely think Hope's got it in him. I think he got 14 last year, 15. I definitely think Hope's got lots of goals in him. I think Bennett should be, you know, if he's playing in the way I want him to play. I think Yates will come in and surprise you. I think Yates will be a very good player. You probably don't know too much about him, but I think he's a player. If he's playing consistently, he's got goals in him. So I'm hoping them three between him and whoever maybe I might bring in, or if I've missed anyone out. Hopefully I'm going to prove right by in the way we're going to play in them, and they're going to score goals.
Next question? What?
This is a question for Dan. You might want to move your chair that way a little bit. Obviously you were brought in last season with the previous management team. You're the only one remaining, and you're now working as part of a new management team. How have you found the change? Is there a different sort of ethos, different atmosphere? I know it's early in the season, but is there a different kind of focus in the squad, or a different way of working?
I think whether it's been a player or as I heard it at Port Vale, where the management changes and these guys are as professional as everybody else. I think it's just slotted in. There's been no problems, obviously, from any angle. It's just run smooth because these guys are winners set up here, so they want exactly what I want. So as long as I'm doing my job, everything's just run smooth. And in terms of the lads have all gone the same way with that. Everybody's buying into it, and there's no sort of there's a big change happened. It's just kind of just run smoothly. So yeah, no problems there.
Next question, any more? There'll be loads of questions, yes, ladies. I'll go home. Here we are.
I just want to ask a question to all of you staff. Years ago, when Greg Abbott was in charge, he brought the likes to the club like Ben Marshall, Adam Clayton, Liam Cooper, who have gone on to be professionals at high elite levels, Championship and Premier League. And they brought some of the most exciting times in my Cali United career, getting to 8th in League One, just missing out on the playoffs. And I believe that's a void that's been missed ever since the likes of them players left. I know we've got 2 young lads that have just been brought on loan recently, which could spark potential for the club, but to get up to high standard in this league, it would be a good idea to bring back that old method of what I've just said, of bringing sort of young players in from high clubs, you know, that have that sort of potential to go on to have big aspects for the future, which will boost the club morale up and get us up to the league and hopefully get us back to League One where we belong.
You know your players, don't you? You didn't name one bad player there, by the way. Yeah, I remember them players. Me and Tommy was manager of Oldham when we used to play. He had a very good team, Carlisle. And we did likewise at Oldham. Some of the players we brought in there have gone on to Neil Kilkenny, Ryan Bertrand, who we brought from Oldham when he was from Chelsea, sort of young lad, and did really well with us on loan. There was a few players and we went on to bigger and better things, played at a high level. I'm hoping that'll prove the case with Slater and Yates, 2 young lads. I know they're only loans and they're not our players, but they're the kind of players or quality I think we need. And if we can get more of them, even better if we can sign them on, you know, full-time contracts, and then they are a Carlisle player. So I'm hoping Macaulay Gillespie, I know you know him. I think there's a top. Tommy really rates him. I think there's a top player in there. If I can get something out of him, he's very quiet. Very quiet. I haven't heard him speak yet. And someone told me he's from Newcastle, I think. I haven't heard him speak yet, but I think he could be a top player. And hopefully we can just install the things he needs to go on for better things. And he's a kind of player, hopefully, some of the names you make there, Clayton and what have you, who come from Man City, if I'm right, was it? Yeah. Man City. And no, just regard it. Listen, I'm hoping players talk to each other and people know how I work, and I'm hoping I can attract players because they know how I work, and hopefully they'll like to come and play for me. So, but I won't get them for free. We have to pay money, don't we? So I have to work around them the way I've got to do it. But I totally agree with you. And you name some good players. If I can get that standard of player, and they're the kind of players I am looking for to make it a better team. So, but. We're working hard, and hopefully we'll keep slowly bringing them in one by one, and hopefully we'll be there.
I've got a question for you. Yeah. Why didn't you sign Liam Cooper permanent? Because I did. And sold him for 800 grand. Sometimes it works like that, sometimes it's like... And that's one about the geography of Carlisle. It's sometimes more difficult to get the players to come permanent, you know what I mean? You mentioned some great names there. They're willing to come on loan, yeah? But then when you get that transition to keep them, and then they become a valuable asset for the club. Because we've all had loan players and they're very well playing for you, but they're not yours. So you never really get that asset until you really gamble and say, right, we are going to give them a good wage, with trust, with ability to pick players, and that's what it's all about, trust and ability to pick players that other people do not rate, make them better, coach them better, and then they become an asset for your club, not a loan player.
We don't want to bring loan players in. Believe me, I don't want to bring loan. I want to bring players in who are signed on for us, and hopefully we're going to make them better, and if we can sell them on, it's even better, isn't it? Like, loans are just part and parcel. You have to. And this is what we're on about financially. Loans help you out. It can help you out to get. But I wouldn't have any loan players. If I had a choice, I wouldn't have any loan players. But the real world is we have to, and that's the way we have to go about and to add strength to the squad. But ideally, we want to sign for the Carlisle United.
Got one over here, John. Anybody?
On the subject of loan players, is there a specification from the parent club, if you will, as to how many games to play, whether are you going to guarantee them a game and all this business? How does that work?
Yeah, both ways, really. I'm a big believer when you bring a lone player. I'm not bringing a lone player in to sit on his backside and watch us play. I'm bringing a lone player. Listen, I'm bringing him for a reason, because I think he's going to fit into the way we want.
They wanted to give you, they wanted you to give him
game time, yeah, and bring him on as a player, yeah. And it's vice versa. Like us, if we sent one of our kids out to Workington or Barrow, it's to learn the game. I've sent when I was at Oldham, I sent 3 or 4 players to Barrow, and they were thinking, Barrow, I don't want to go to. Two of them ended up playing in the Championship. It's that experience of growing up in a man's world. You're 18, 19, go and look after yourself, and it's nothing better. And this is what happens with Championship clubs coming to us and players coming to us.
Yeah. Well, now you've got it permanently, which I personally think that's a very good sign.
Yeah.
You know.
So lone players, but listen, if they're not performing, they're coming in to play. But if they're not performing, we'll be sat watching. So I'm hoping they're coming in and they're doing well for us.
I signed a few in the Championship from Premier League teams, and I couldn't tell you how difficult it was. Like the young fella mentioned there, players come from Premier League. Honestly, contracts like that, if he doesn't play, what you have to pay them, you have to bargain for his wages. Say he's on 10 grand, they might say you might have to give him 12. They're honestly, the money is so where you're thinking they've just got to give Carlisle a player to get him better. No, it's not. They don't think like that now. There's got to be money involved in it. It's very, very hard. Even at Championship level, to get a young top Premier League player to come down and play. Like Derby signed a few. Derby will pay a lot of money to get those young players in. And if you don't pay them, it's sometimes double the money. So it is difficult. It's getting more difficult as the years go on.
Any more? Should we have a little break, I think?